Lever-based belt squats, like the Mammoth, are going to have a little bit of an arc no matter how you cut it, which isn't automatically a bad thing. But until there's something mass-produced to combat that arc, here are a few things that you can do with your belt squat to make your movement pattern more efficient. The first is to make sure that the lever arm itself is positioned properly. And this is going to vary from person to person because of height differences and individual hip anatomy, but you generally want the lever arm itself to be positioned a little bit lower. A good rule of thumb is to place it a little bit below your inseam. And you'll know if you've placed it too high because it'll create a much larger arc, which will impact your squat pattern negatively. Next is making sure that the belt is properly positioned on your body. A common mistake that people make is putting the belt too high up, pretty much on their lower back or their erectors. You don't want to do this, one, because it's going to place some strain, which is what we're trying to minimize, and two, you'll have a natural tendency to be pulled forward during the belt squat. So make sure it's placed around your hips, and the belt is going to want to move up naturally, but this is the proper placement for the belt squat. Finally, you want to make sure there's proper distance between you and the belt squat. Because the weight's in front of you, you're probably going to have the urge to stand a little bit further back because you want the weight to be suspended. And this sounds good in theory, but watch what happens. I'm getting pulled forward because of that arc, and there's a lot of excess force on my knees, which can be a pain point for some people. So instead of standing back like this, just take a couple steps forward. Make sure the belt is suspended almost directly beneath you, pretty much with your midfoot. Adjust your feet, and you could belt squat with no problem. A little bit of a bonus tip: if you find your knees are still traveling too far forward, then just try experimenting with some different foot angles and stance widths. A lot of people don't realize that a small change, in even just how you angle your feet, will make a huge difference on how you squat. So grab a 10 or 15 pound plate, have it suspended in front of you, and just try experimenting. Start with your feet slightly outside shoulder width, point your toes out about 30 to 40 degrees, and just squat down. Even for someone like me with fairly long femurs relative to my height, making that small difference makes a huge impact in a positive way on how I squat. Once you've combined all those things, your belt squat pattern should feel much more efficient and allow you to push your training that much harder.